Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You and CW Crates and Pallets. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams, your host today. It's May 1st. Gosh, just a week ago or so, I kept thinking May was 3 or 4 weeks down the road. It's here, folks. Here we go. A great lineup today. Kate Hudson is back from all her travels and with us today from Visit Spokane. And let's face it, Kate, May is a big month in Spokane, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. The head nod. Michael Cathcart from Better Spokane, I think, is going to be here. I say that because if he's not, it's my mistake, because he's also scheduled for next week. I might have goofed and made a mistake. First one in my life. And Kirstin Davis from the 911 operators and that system that really helps save our lives. Next on the Pulse of Spokane.
Good afternoon, Spokane. Today we have some clouds over us with a high of 60 degrees. It will be in the 60s and getting very sunny as we hit the 70s during the weekend. During nighttime, we are going to see the temperatures drop down a little to the high 30s and 40s with clouds overhead. Some clouds over in Coeur d'Alene today with a high of 58 and a low of 34, and also some clouds in the valley with a high of 57 and a low of 35.
The following is sponsored by our friends and community supporters at McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. McNeese Wheeler is a boutique law firm in Spokane, handling matters in both Washington and Idaho. Areas of law include business law, wills, trusts and estates, family law, personal injury and wrongful death, and real estate matters. For your full-service legal needs, contact McNeese Wheeler Attorneys.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate would be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in second grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Well, welcome. Here we go. May 1st. Kate Hudson, our Spokane Kate Hudson, right?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've been gone for the last couple months. You've been working for out in other areas for
Yes.
Visit Spokane, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, yeah.
I
was it successful?
Yes.
Oh,
I was
good,
in Chicago last week with
Okay.
our sales team. We hosted some meeting and event planners and some media people. We had
Right.
a Cubs game last week
Right.
against the Dodgers. The Cubs won.
Okay.
It was really fun. It was a great.
The Cubs beat my team.
Yeah.
Dodgers are my old team. I grew up with the Dodgers.
Oh,
okay.
you did.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good win for Spokane. We,
Okay.
got some meeting planners interested in coming to check out the city and maybe host a conference here.
I get the feeling that everything is just continuing to rise and raise up, isn't it?
Yes.
We're really doing quite well, aren't we?
We are doing really well.
Bookings for conventions and meetings and things are good.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Strong year.
Good.
And hopefully it'll get stronger.
All right. Let's talk about our
Yes.
favorite subject, and that's all the great things.
Yes.
And you were complaining, going on in May, you were complaining because the list, you can't put everything on the list. May is like kind of like the holiday season, isn't it?
It is.
Where everything just goes crazy on us. And there's something that starts this Sunday. It's a little, some kind of a foot race or
just, Bloomsday.
yeah.
No big deal.
No.
50,000 people.
Yeah, that's
all
it.
running together.
Yeah.
Some in costumes.
Hot and sweaty and everything else, right? Yeah, yeah.
Are you going to be running?
Right. Yes. Yeah, right to the TV to watch the coverage in the first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I think you should do it. You could walk with all the strollers.
Yeah, yes, okay. Yeah, grandpa out there with the strollers, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Are
happening this
you?
weekend.
Are you?
I am.
Okay, I
yes.
figured you probably were because you're a runner.
Yeah, a year ago I challenged myself to try something new, and I started running with Fleet Feet over
Okay.
in Kendall Yards.
Yes.
And here we are. I
Yes.
ran my first Bloomsday last year, and I'm hoping to better my time this year.
Good, good. What
Yeah.
was your time?
I can't remember. I think it was like 1:49 last year.
Oh, that's not bad.
When I registered, I put in 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Oh.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that out the next day.
I have a sinus thing going on here
Yeah.
and a cold, so.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
other
know
than the
what-
traditional Bloomsday that's been going on forever here in Spokane.
Seems like it.
It does. It does. What else is going on?
Well, we have First Friday. That's
Okay.
this Friday.
Yes.
May 3rd, first Friday of every month. It's a celebration of all things local
Right,
arts and
right.
music, and various businesses downtown open their doors, have
Right.
wine tastings, hors d'oeuvres, local musicians, and they showcase the art of all of our
Okay, so
wonderful
people should
artists.
start showing up at what time for something like this?
Usually around 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So you can
Sit
have
down
a
and-
cocktail
Yes.
somewhere, a glass of wine, go see art and music, and
Exactly.
then have dinner downtown and make it a, guys, it's a great way to get a lot of points, right? Right.
is,
It
really.
is. It is.
Go out
Yes.
to dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
great.
buy a piece of art for your
Ooh,
loved one.
wouldn't that be nice?
Yes,
Wouldn't that
support
be nice?
the local arts scene.
Yeah.
And also of note, starting on Friday, Food Truck Friday is back.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm very excited
So
about.
it starts this Friday. Oh, wow.
And runs through August 30th, every
Okay,
Friday through
now what are
August.
the hours for that?
I believe it starts at 11 a.m.
Oh, okay.
And you can go grab lunch. They set up all the food trucks on Wall Street down
Okay.
there by the old Macy's, between the old Macy's building and Urban
Which is now
Outfitters.
called the M.
It's
Yes.
very, very nice. And
Yeah.
the Flat Stick Pub's going in that space
Okay.
next to the Nike store. That should be fun.
okay.
I got to meet with the owner of that, and
Nice.
they'll be open in August, so it should
Wow.
be fun. But yeah,
No,
so,
So,
we've got
so
that.
basically that's for lunch.
Yes, that's
Okay.
just lunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Dinner can be later on First Friday.
Well, you could make it a whole day downtown.
could.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
park and wander.
You just call the boss and say, well, I've got to do something else, and hope that he or she isn't there at the same thing, right?
It might be the same thing.
Yeah, might be, might be. Someone's saying a farewell
I
to
know.
Spokane.
It's bittersweet. It's
It
Eckhart
is.
Croy.
Yeah.
He is the director of the Spokane Symphony,
Right.
and it's his farewell concert. He's leaving us for Portland, Maine, and he's been with us for 15 years. He's done incredible things for the symphony. Obviously, saw the symphony into its new home at the Fox Theater,
Right, right.
which is wonderful, and has done wonderful things for the community. So it's going to be a sad weekend for him, but
Yeah, but good for him.
but good for him.
But good for him,
It's
yes,
good to grow
yes.
and change and move.
And they interviewed and have tested out, if you will, I think five. Yes.
yes.
Where are they on that? I just haven't kept track.
I don't think they've made a decision yet, as far as I know.
I hadn't heard that, but yeah.
I have met all of the
Okay.
candidates that
Do you
came
have a
in.
favorite? I won't ask you
They
who
were
it
all
is.
wonderful.
Oh,
So
okay.
I feel bad for the
The
people
four-
that have to
Yeah.
decide who to choose, because
What
they
a
all
button! Yeah,
were all
bad,
great.
but what great
I
for
know.
us,
I know.
to pick from the best.
Yeah,
So.
so I think we'll land on our feet no matter what.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
he is doing his farewell concert.
I see on the schedule you have May
Saturday, Sunday.
4th and 5th, so he's
Yes.
going to do 2 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Are there tickets
very
still
long
available?
goodbye.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
there are.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's kind of like that Sound of Music, the so long,
Yes.
farewell, and it'll take an
Exactly.
hour, or actually it'll take 2 days.
Exactly.
Okay. Maybe he
Yes.
should do that on his last performances.
I
Wouldn't that be
think- I
a
think
kick?
that you should give them a call.
As he leaves the state. Well, okay, all right. He's smarter than that. Okay, School of Rock.
Yes.
That's a popular Broadway play.
You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore, Kate.
Yeah, okay.
But School of Rock. It's my favorite line from School of Rock.
Okay.
May 8th through the 12th at First
Okay.
Interstate Center for the Arts, West Coast Entertainment.
I'm still working on
his bro-
on saying the location place. Are you?
It is a mouthful.
It is.
But I've gotten used to it.
Okay, good.
Just let it happen.
Okay. All right.
Say it enough times
let it happen.
and it'll happen for you. But it's the movie, of course, about Dewey Finn pretending to be a substitute teacher and turning the clean-cut students into hardcore rockers. And I love the movie, and the musical is probably just as
Okay.
hilarious. And Andrew Lloyd Webber did all the music for
Yeah,
it.
and of course, my favorite is the Phantom of the
I
Opera.
know that.
I don't think there's anyone in town that doesn't know that. Okay, my family just rolls their eyes and
Well,
so
it is a
forth.
good one.
It
It's
is
classic.
Yeah, it is. It really is classic, and it's a love story and everything else that goes with it. It's beautiful. The music I love.
It is.
Okay?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. If I could sing, I would sing it, but I can't, and I would empty the auditorium real fast. Colin Hay. Okay, who's Colin Hay?
Well, you remember the 1980s.
Yeah.
Men at Work, the band.
Oh, yeah.
From Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
okay.
was the lead vocalist.
Oh,
for them.
okay. Okay.
So he is responsible for Land Down Under and Who Can It Be Now, those
Yeah.
songs. So he'll be doing a show, just him, not the band.
Okay.
At Northern Quest Resort and Casino on May 11th.
All right.
I think it'll be fun.
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a great lineup going on out at Northern Quest too,
There
isn't there?
is.
They're really
And they're
they seem like they keep adding stuff.
Yeah, they added.
Are they
another,
allowed to do that?
They added another Snoop Dogg show. Did you
Oh,
get your tickets?
Right. He's my favorite.
He is funny. I have to
Yeah,
admit,
yeah.
he's a funny guy.
Are you going?
No, I don't have tickets.
Oh, okay.
But-
You were waiting for those freebies, weren't you?
Well, who wouldn't be?
Yeah. Okay. All right. The Suites of Duke and the Count.
Yes. So this is the Spokane Jazz Orchestra.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I love the Spokane Jazz Orchestra.
They're good.
They're so
They're-
good.
They really are.
If you have not been to one of their concerts, please try to fit it in. This is their last concert of the season, and they will be doing the works of Duke Ellington and Count Basie.
All right. I've heard of them.
Yes, they are classics, and May 11th is their concert at the Bing Theater.
Okay.
The Bing, also beautiful. They have that lounge upstairs that you can grab a glass of wine and take it into the theater and listen to some really incredible musicians.
We really have some great locations now, don't we? I mean,
We do.
with the old opera house.
Mm-hmm.
I won't try to say the long name, okay? But with the renovations there, I've not been in it since I wasn't invited. Is to see what the changes are, and you think about the Bing, and you think about the Fox
Mm-hmm.
Theater, and then you start thinking about all the restaurants and lounges and so forth we have.
yeah.
We've grown up in
We have.
Spokane,
We
haven't
have
we?
the Bartlett.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful place to go.
I haven't been there.
Oh, it's great. They
Okay.
have the
Okay.
great acts that come through.
Okay.
And then now the Pavilion in Riverfront Park is going to
Yes.
host.
Yes, and then we have
music.
the Comedy Club, which I was
Yes.
told was an A-class place
It
because
is. Mm-hmm.
they're getting the people to come in and so forth. Boy, we really have it, and we don't have the parking, the cost problems like a downtown Seattle or a LA or something like that.
Doesn't cost $50 to park for an event.
Yeah, for the first hour. Okay.
Exactly.
Paw Patrol Live.
Yeah, threw something in for the families.
Yes.
This will be at First Interstate Center for the Arts.
Yes.
See, say it enough times, and
Yes.
and you can.
Yeah, I was
say it
reading
without
that as
stumbling.
you said that. If I looked at it, I probably could have remembered it, but it's like 2 or 3 words too long for me.
Yes, I know.
You don't have to.
We
agree.
need to come up with a nickname for it.
Yeah.
But Paw Patrol Live, if anyone who has younger children, they will know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And it's the Great Pirate Adventure.
Now, what age is this for?
Younger crowd, like toddlers and
Okay.
probably
okay. So my
toddlers
grandkids
to,
are a little above that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I think a kid over 8 years old probably wouldn't be interested.
Okay, that's probably why I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Because usually I'm up on things in
Right.
the like age 8 to 19 range.
Yeah,
you
this
know.
is a Nick Jr. show.
Okay.
It's a cute show with
Good.
Chase and all his friends and Rubble.
Right.
All these characters because I have to watch this show quite a bit.
Yeah.
But they're doing a show May 14th and 15th.
Now, there's somebody coming to town that is a good pal of Neil Bowling, the station manager
Really?
at KHQ.
I did not know this.
Yes, William Shatner.
Yes.
Live.
He's going to be here.
Or is that live? Because he's still living?
He is still
He's
alive.
like 80 something, isn't he?
Yeah.
He looks pretty good.
He's still kicking.
Yeah, no kidding. I hope
know.
yeah.
I
So
know.
what's he going to do?
Well, if you were a Trekkie fan, you can watch the movie The Wrath of Khan, and then afterwards, William is going to come out and do a live talk and Q&A and
okay.
on stage. And this is also at,
Yes.
say it,
Okay. The First Interstate Center for the Arts
you did it.
in Spokane, Washington,
Yes, this
USA.
This is May 17th, so Trekkie fans will love this one.
That's great. That's
Yes.
great. No, he's fun. And then there's something going on May 18th.
Yes.
What would that be?
This has been happening for 81 years.
Yeah.
The Armed Forces Torchlight Parade in
Yeah,
downtown
I think
Spokane.
when it started, I was like 20. I'm kidding.
I was a zygote.
Yeah.
As were you. This year's theme is We Are Spokane.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the largest torchlight parade, military parade in the nation.
Yes.
So Spokane has bragging rights.
And we stand up and salute, we stand up and honor, we stand up and appreciate our men and women in the service, probably like no other community around, really, don't
Really.
we? And
We
we've done
do
that for
value that.
81 years
Yes.
as a sign. I mean, you think back to the original Chamber of Commerce and getting the land for Fairchild and for the camping site they have out there and things like that. We really have over the years and over the decades really stepped up in this community, and it's just a wonderful thing for
We have.
families.
It is.
really is.
Well, and Fairchild's our largest employer.
Yes.
They're very important to the
Yes.
community. So it's wonderful that we've managed to keep this going for 81 years.
Yeah.
It's very special. So
It really is.
It's
It-
May 18th in downtown Spokane, and who doesn't love a good parade?
Oh, absolutely, and it's fun
Yeah.
to see some of the little cities and towns send their floats in and their bands
I
in
know.
and everything else, and watch some of the little kids. I mean, sometimes
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they have the really little ones out there and so forth. It's kind of fun to watch.
It is. It's really
Yeah.
special. So,
So, are you going to be there waving or
I
anything?
won't be on the float, no.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay. I
I'll
mean,
be
Visit
downtown.
Spokane doesn't have its own float.
We don't.
Well, we'll have to take care of that.
Does Spokane Talks have its own float?
No, but we'll have right after you do.
Maybe we can do a joint venture.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? It really would be fun. Joel McHale. Who is Joel
Oh,
McHale? Oh,
well,
at the comedy.
yeah.
He's a comedian.
He's a big name.
Okay.
We have him at the Spokane Comedy Club May 31st through June 2nd.
Okay.
And he has a Northwest connection. He went to UW.
Okay.
But he has been for years the host of The Soup on the E! Network.
Okay.
And he has a starring role on the show Community on
Okay.
NBC. He's been in movies. He's been in all sorts of things. But he's hilarious, local ties, and a funny stand-up comedian.
So he's doing several shows.
He is,
Several
yes.
nights.
And I checked, and there are tickets still available.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, other things happening.
Yeah, what else?
This month we've got the Spokane Brewers Festival at the Spokane Arena. That's one day only. Volume, the Inlander Music Festival, starts
Okay.
on May 31st. Then Art Fest is that last weekend of May. We have a lot of things going on.
So if I'm interested in knowing what's going on, is there a place I can go to find out?
There is.
All right.
Oddly
And
enough.
I'll bet you know where it is.
It's
too.
VisitSpokane.com. Just click on the events tab.
Okay.
And I looked, I had the whole month spread out, and I think there were 648 events listed.
Are you kidding me?
Some of them were repeats of, like recurring things.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, there are hundreds of events
Oh,
and
wow.
things, and some of them are free.
I was going to say, this really is, and it continues to be a family-friendly community where things
Yes.
are either free and or cheap, and I don't mean that in
Oh,
a
yeah.
cheap sense, but
Right.
in you can take a family out and not have to
Right.
mortgage the house for a second or third. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Riverfront Park hosts Sunday Fun Day.
Yes.
So they have free events going on in the park, and all winter long they had the free ice skating lessons that I took advantage of for
Did
my
you?
kids.
You didn't fall?
I already know how to ice skate.
Oh,
I was
okay.
dropping my kids off to learn,
Okay.
and they did really well. It was great.
Because
and it was
had I
free.
known if you were going to be out there, we could have sent a camera crew out.
I don't think that I'm going to be in the ice capades anytime soon.
Okay. Nor will I. Okay. All right. Kate, great things. You've got a new CEO. How's she
we
doing?
do. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's great.
She got you trained yet?
Meg-
or do you have her trained?
I'm training her.
Oh, okay,
Her name
okay.
is Meg Winchester.
Yes.
She came to us from Galveston.
Yes.
She was the head of the CVB there, and she's been great, and she is in love with Spokane.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
could you not be?
No,
It's beautiful here.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to see you
I
again.
know, you too.
Are you going to be here next month?
I should be, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about 911 right after this. Thanks.
Well, this is Looms Day in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
Welcome back, Kirstin Davis. I said, oh God, and I'm thinking.
Hey, you just got it spelled right. That's the biggest.
Well,
challenge.
yes, and if I had looked up there fast enough, I would have.
It's all right. Happens every day.
It's your fault because you haven't been here for a while.
I know. I've been.
And your other role was a Better Business Bureau,
Yeah.
and we have Tyler Russell on every so
Good.
often,
Good.
and all that. Not as good looking as you, okay? All right.
Tyler's great.
But you left just about a year ago now,
Yeah.
wasn't
Mhm.
it?
It was.
To go to the 911. So tell me, first of all, what is it you're doing? We're catching up, folks, so just keep watching.
Right. So I am at Spokane County 911.
Okay.
And my role is to be the community outreach coordinator.
Okay.
So public education, media relations. I was talking to the cop shop Northwest yesterday.
Okay.
Doing campaigns, and today we're going to talk about a campaign that we're launched at the beginning of the year called Know Your Location, and kind of why that's important. So yeah, just kind of the same sort of stuff, just different messages.
And the question comes up. In fact, Vinny said that when he asked, well, what's she going to talk about? It'd be good to see her and all that. He said 911, and he said, don't people understand? And apparently not everybody does.
Not everybody does, and while it's very...
And how to best use it. That's really the key.
Yeah, and that's really, and what we'll talk about is about why that's so important to know your location. And especially today with technology, we really don't pay as much attention because we just think our phone's going to tell us where we're going and where we need to be or how we're going to get there.
Well, we just kind of assume that because it does.
Either our phone or our car. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But there are a lot of there can be times when those instruments are not available, and if we don't pay attention, then nobody can find you to help you.
Yeah.
So there's some great tools and technologies, but especially for younger kids, making sure they know their address, making sure they know grandma's address.
Yes.
If they're there all the time or things like that.
Yeah, because they probably know how to punch up the 911.
Right.
And do that, but then. Well, where are you? I'm at Grandma's house.
Right.
That doesn't help a lot, does it?
Right, exactly. So, and, parents.com says that we can start teaching kids how to learn their address as early as 4th grade. So, as early as 4 years old.
4 years? Really? That early?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, should we jump right into this and do some of the things? So, one of the first things is, when we travel, and we've got a lot of rural highways around here and different things like that. So you want to make sure that, just every once in a while you're paying attention to what was that mile marker I just drove by and which way is it going? And am I heading north, south, east, or west? Because it may not be something that happens with you. You may come upon something.
Yes.
And you need to help someone else.
And there you are trying to help, but then where am I?
Exactly. And again, our devices are a great help, but it never hurts to, as much information as we can give those call receivers immediately is the most important thing, because that is the first thing that we need to know is where are you?
I'm guessing, based on what you say, that if I'm calling from my smartphone, that it's not telling the operator where I am?
Right. So...
Because I think we kind of assume that these days.
Well, this is
you know what I mean?
Standard line.
Yeah.
If Uber can find me, how come you can't find me?
Right.
Well, the answer to that question is that we opt into those different things, and we don't really do that with 911. It's a completely separate system that is protected and for good reason.
Right.
So, but we do have a brand new technology that we just put in place called Rapid SOS. And what that does is that we already had the technology where from your cell phone, it would bounce off the towers and we could tell, kind of excuse me, we could
in
kind
the
of get an
general
idea.
area where you are.
Exactly. But this also then brings in the additional information if you have Bluetooth information on your phone or location. And I know there's some of us that really want our privacy, locked down. But the reality is there's probably some app on your phone that is telling us what your location is. Yes. So what that does is when we get that call in, the phone and the network will tell us a location. Okay. Depending on, the technology of the phone and the service provider. But then that additional rapid SOS system then says, okay, we can verify that because all these different things are also telling us that that's where that phone is.
Okay.
So it's been fantastic.
So it becomes pretty reliable.
Yeah, and it's not the only thing we use, but it's just another way to say, yep, we're sure that's where it is. Because that's the worst thing that can happen is if for some reason we have the wrong address and we have to send somebody out and reroute somebody. Because time is everything in that situation. So, excuse me. So that's why it's really important just to really be on top of where you are all the time. Okay. Especially when you're traveling and that kind of thing. Next thing, we love to be outdoors in this area.
Yes.
So we want to make sure when we're going on those hikes and on the Centennial Trail and all those good, different spaces and pay attention, when does my service maybe drop off my phone and when is it, kind of pay attention to those bars when it says no service so that you are aware when you have service and when you don't. Okay, that's important. And then on top of that, make sure you let somebody know. And one quick thing, even if you don't have service, you can still take a picture of the trailhead. Okay. Or, just take a quick pic of the picture on your phone. So if you do need to call and you have service, you can say, I entered at this trailhead, and they can try to find you.
I'm about a mile east of it or west of it or something like that.
Just this winter, I was driving out in the Waikiki area. Yes. And there were 2 fire engines in the middle of the road, and it was winter, so kids were when we got the big snowstorms. Yes. And I was watching those first responders carry their equipment through, because there were some kids sledding back in the hills back there. Yeah. And my first thing I thought is, I wonder how they explained to them where they were. Yes. So those are, because when you're in time of need, hundreds of yards matter, right? And especially if they can't get to you very easily.
Yes. Yeah, and especially if you're hurting or somebody's hurting, you're focused on other things.
Absolutely.
Maybe survival.
Absolutely, absolutely. So then the last thing is those numbers on your house. Yes. And you want to make sure that they're
you can see them from the
yes. Yeah, and I living here my whole life, I remember we did a campaign years ago where they would come and paint them on the curbs of the streets. Yes. And so
we haven't seen that for a while.
No. I mean, you still come across them every once in a while, but that really is important. So and not just having them in the house, but sometimes we don't pay attention. What does it look like at night when it's dark?
Yes.
Or how high is my snowbank? Can they see? Yeah. Or is that bush need to be trimmed so you can see that address? So all of those things are important and help our first responders and help us verify where you are and those kinds of things.
Great tips. Yeah. Great tips. I learned a lot.
Well.
Okay. At my age, that's pretty darn good.
Well, I always enjoy coming to see you.
Yeah. I've got to ask, are you having some fun?
Oh, yeah.
This is important what you do.
Well, it's important. And it's what's really interesting is it's a world I've never really been exposed to before. Okay. And there is so much that goes into it, and it's phenomenal what those call receivers and those dispatchers are able to do on a daily basis. It's
we should come
really
do
phenomenal.
A little segment there.
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic.
I don't think we really appreciate what those folks go through. It can, from what I've heard, can be very stressful.
Oh, absolutely.
Because oftentimes lives are in your hands of, can you take care of that quickly? Yeah. Can you be a mind reader?
You have to be the calm voice in a very critical situation. Yes. And so that's something to remember. Some people called 911 several times in their lives. Some people have never called us. But it's important to know, that's the first thing we're going to ask you. Where are you? What is your location? So to try to stay calm and be able to,
get that
information to us and listen. when we're trying to take control of the conversation, we're doing that because we're trying to get you help,
you know,
the right kind of help as quickly as
yes,
possible.
Yes.
So, so just, know where you are and be calm as you can.
Okay.
And listen and answer questions.
Smart advice.
Yeah.
Smart advice.
Just like we would do with your parents, right?
Yeah, exactly. Kirstin, good to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right. You behave yourself over there.
Well, that's
okay?
no fun.
Or I'll call 911.
Well, I won't answer the phone.
Oh, okay. Okay. But they will.
Yes, they will. Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for watching today. First day of May. We'll see you next Tuesday right here on the Pulse of Spokane. Have a great week, everybody.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You and CW Crates and Pallets. Ask Kent a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.